Emma, you go first with a 4 for your initiative. What are you doing?
Casting light.
Okay.
In one of those guys' eyes.
You chant the spell of light, and light starts to. His eyes glow with a weird white brightness, and pretty soon there's beams of light coming out of his eyes, a la Who Framed Roger Rabbit, just kind of like shining around. And he yelps with surprise and fear. And next we have Adea and the red fox simultaneously.
I go to I prepare my enlarge spell and I look at Arcas like I normally do right before a battle to cast my enlarge spell on him. But then I get a glimmer of mischief in my eye and I look at the red fox and I cast enlarge on red fox.
I'm shocked.
Okay.
What?
Emma,
What?
Anna, give me a D20 for wild surge stuff. To see if your level changes or if you hit a wild surge.
I don't know what that means.
Sorry.
A 1. Oh no.
A 1 is -3 to my spell.
Okay. So you feel this power channeling through you, and then you touch the red fox, and instead of him growing massively, he goes boop and grows just a little bit, and you feel this. That wasn't supposed to do that. Your spell feels a little impotent.
Grow by 20% then, right? Because he's supposed to grow by 50.
Right, so he grows by 20%.
So
instead of being 3'6", he's now, I don't even know what 20% of 3'6" is, but he's not that big.
Is he impressed by that at all?
I'm assuming my clothes grow in proportion with
everything. Yeah, everything grows in proportion.
Your weapon and everything.
You're now you're 4'1", 4'2". I'm sorry. So you grow 8 inches, just whoop.
Well, I feel like a monster now.
And as you grow, it is your turn, rapier in hand. 2 elves in front of you, one on the left, one on the right.
And so I've just seen both of them cast spells.
Mm-hmm.
Can I position myself kind of between myself and the spellcasters?
Absolutely. Okay,
and I step forward and I say, "This is business you have with me," but I'm no good at the chivalric. I couldn't even bring myself to say, "But leave the women out of this." I can't bring myself.
Oh, by the way, Arcas is a guy. In case that wasn't.
I did gather that.
Yes.
So I'll interpose myself and say, "Last chance, lads." I don't think if you press this, you're not getting out of here in good shape.
The elf on the right, whose eyes are not giant glowing balls, takes a step forward to attack you, but we can consider you having an attack prepared to meet him.
Okay.
Because he disregards your warning. Yeah.
I will jump in with the attack.
Let's see. I think your attack modifier is +2 to hit. So D20 plus 2.
2. Out of curiosity, that's the strength? No, that's a dex bonus because of the rapier?
That's Thaco bonus. Well, we scrapped Thaco instead of having a Thaco. We inverted it and gave you bonuses to hit rather than because Thaco doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make. I miss Thaco, but it's pure stupid nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
12.
12.
That is enough to hit the elf on the right. So you get your rapier and shove it through him for D6 damage. Ooh.
Hey, 6.
6 damage. You actually run him through his leg and out the other side of it. And he screams with pain. And, one hand goes to his leg as his other hand brings his longsword down. Oh, actually, you get a 20% damage bonus because of the enlarge spell. So 6 times 1.2. So that's 7 damage to him, actually. But he brings his longsword to bear against you with a nice, very solid hit.
Oh.
And you whopping 4 points of damage from the elf. Arcas,
Yeah.
your turn finally comes around.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I just slashed the closest guy.
Okay.
And I'm like, yay, battle!
16. That hits the same guy that the red fox was hitting. The other guy is still kind of like backing up with his eyes shining all over the place, getting a little freaked out. Give me that
D8 plus
damage
8.
roll. With your 18-100 strength, you broken motherfucker.
Oh man.
16 damage. You actually come in and just lop his head off with a single swipe of your
I'm like-
longsword.
This is what happened to the last houses that attacked us. And I'm like, and I turn around and I wink because actually they killed me. So
The remaining elf drops his longsword to the ground. It clatters. His eyes are, shining light all over the place, even though it's broad daylight. And he throws his hands in the air and says, "Please, please, don't kill me! Don't kill me!"
It is in your favor that we are merciful demigods and may smile upon you yet. For what should we spare your life now that you have endangered one of our own?
What?
Exactly. Thank you very much. So, what the hell? Why are you following us?
The red fox, wherever that little bastard is, he stole our treasure.
Did you steal their treasure?
There were a lot of opinions about who that belonged to.
It is said that treasure cannot truly be owned unless the ownership itself is the treasure sought.
That sounds ridiculous. Who would say something like that?
I know.
The great Jordan Owsley. Only the great Jordan Owsley. Do you have any idea who that is?
I've
Only
never
the
heard of this
wise
person.
philosopher of all time. And I get like a little upset, like my hair kind of glows red. Because you do not diss Jordan Owsley in front of Adea.
Fine. Okay. And
Now-
he noticed he's like starting to walk backwards slowly. even though-
No. Now, is this guy just like? Did you say like she took his head completely off?
The other guy's head is just gone and sitting on the floor.
Oops.
I
In the
say-
middle of town?
Yeah, in the middle of town. There are a couple of people have come out of their shops to watch the altercation.
As I see them join us, I prepare like a religious kind of like blessing, like a death rite over the person. I like kneel down and do, one of my God praise dances over
Hey
them.
guys,
Bless God.
who's saying I killed the good guy or a bad guy right now? Maybe we killed the good guy. Ugh.
Well, they struck first, and it is said, the great Laura Bradley once said, when struck upon, one must strike or be further struck, unless one wants to be struck with a strike once more.
So that means I'm free to go, right? Because I didn't strike anyone. I struck no one.
Well, I'll kind of nudge the guy's head towards his body a little bit with my foot, just kind of for a little decorum with all these people watching.
Uh-huh.
And I'll say, what about your compatriot here? He's a fellow blood dog, right?
So, Sylvan, are you there? I don't know. Why isn't he saying anything? Sylvan?
He
Is
he'll
incapacitated.
he needs a ride back home.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's fine. He knew what he was doing. But you know what? Why don't you just let me go, and I can give whatever message you want back to the leader of my gang, and we'll call it even. We'll call it a wash.
I think we should join together in a prayer to the gods to bless this event and find peace together.
I'm up for that.
Lead us in prayer, good sir, if your will be if your will be good and honest.
I look completely lost. I'm like, what's going on?
We want to please the gods with our work, and if our friend here is good and truly does want to spread the goodwill of the gods, then of course we can let him go. But I feel he must be the one to lead us in our profession of peace.
Okay, so you're talking to the NPC?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you want me leading your prayers.
Why not?
Well, he's your friend.
Wait,
What do you mean? Is he dead?
He might be a little dead, yeah.
Yeah, mostly dead.
Why can't
Mostly
you
dead?
see that he's dead right now? He
'Cause
has no head.
He's blinded.
Oh, he's blind.
Remember the light spell?
I'm like, oh, poor little guy. You can't see that his head was chopped off by me.
The elf gives a deep breath and sighs and says, he closes his eyes, which only dims the light a little bit, and reaches out his hands kind of on either side of you as a gesture like, take my hands, we'll say a prayer.
No, we pray like this.
Well, that's what the elf is doing, so.
Yeah, we said take the lead, so all right.
All right, okay, we hold his hands.
And he
I make
bows
sure
his
that I
head
have a
and
good
says,
head. A good grip on his head.
Astaire turned his back on Sylvis and me, and because of that, the gods are, well, I've never been an eloquent man, but Astaire, god of light and order, abandoned us and abandoned all those around us. Malchus is our leader, and to Malchus's soul, breast, I don't know. Look, Sylvis will be with Malchus, and that's fine. And that's that. And, yeah, there's your prayer.
All hail the gods?
All hail Malchus.
Well,
Is Malchus a god, Neil?
Malchus is the god of darkness and chaos.
Okay.
He is
Whoa.
the
They're
opposition
good
god
people.
to Astaire.
so you would know. Emma would know.
Yeah, they're not good people.
Yeah, you all would know. Like,
Oh, we
Malchus
would be
is like
offended
the
by
head
this?
evil god, while Astaire is the head good
And
god.
he just made us pray to this guy?
Kind of, I mean, if you call that a prayer. He botched it pretty badly.
I mean, so we would be offended by this.
Well,
I
all
don't
the
know.
gods deserve respect.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it would be the equivalent of someone be like, Jesus turned his back on us, and so, we all went to Satan, and this guy's going to go to Satan too,
Except for
so
that's
that's
not
cool.
a polytheistic religion. You need it would be like Zeus turned his back on us, and now we're worshiping Hades.
Kind of, something along that, but Hades was a little less, chaotic evil. Like, Satan's, the bad guy. Like, Hades is kind of well, he's the god of the underworld. He does some dark shit, but he does some good shit, He was kind of a neutral figure. Malchus is, the bad guy.
So Reluna would not like Malchus.
Probably not. Most people don't. He's not...
What about Pelumbra?
Yeah, Flumbra,
probably
never.
not. Again, Flumbra's more of a Hades figure. She's very kind of neutral. She deals with the dead and blah, blah, blah. Malchus is let's stir the pot, let's see what the fuck happens. And you know what? Screw these things. I want this and this and this and this, and I don't care who I kill to get it, sort of guy. So
Well, we are but lowly demigods in service of the gods, and all gods deserve our worship.
But
Although I will not raise my voice for him.
Okay, so I gesture at the one that cast the lights. But I say, how long is this gonna last? Is this forever?
We can fix him if we want us.
He probably should take his somebody's gonna have to take care of this guy here.
All right, I'll fix him.
You are a kind-hearted soul, Red Fox.
I fix him.
Well,
okay.
I can't drag him anywhere.
You cancel the spell. The light fades from his eyes, and he blinks rapidly and starts looking back, and then takes a couple steps back as he sees his friend's head just sitting on some cobblestones.
Sorry about that.
I'm not sorry. That man was trying to kill us.
Okay,
Word 2.
now you know what's gonna happen if you keep doing this stuff, right? I left a note for you guys. Took the scepter. Right? And said, knock it off. You're going to come to a bad end if you keep doing this stuff. And look what happened to your friend.
I didn't hear about that letter.
Oh, you didn't? Well, the letter said, knock it off. Right? So, do you want this to happen to you?
He shakes his head and looks downcast.
Mm-hmm. This is going to happen to you when you be attacking people in the middle of town over something that might or might not have been stolen. We could have talked this out, right?
It said, you must knock it off, lest ye be knocked off.
Exactly. I should have said that in the note. That would have been a little more clear.
Was that the great Samuel Becker that said that?
It could have been. Samuel Becker was also a warrior, I think, a couple minutes ago, but I think Samuel Becker said that too, actually.
Oh, whoops.
That he was, yeah,
A great warrior philosopher.
right.
Damn it.
Warrior philosopher.
Okay,
I think
so
he was,
Well,
yeah.
then it should, as long as you guys are letting me live, and I'm clearly going to not head back with those guys because I don't want to have to run into any of you again, especially you, he says, pointing at Emma.
So where are those guys camped at?
Here in town? It's our
Oh, you guys are a town organization. Secret?
secret
well, I mean,
head.
we don't have a sign saying Bloodhound Gang on the front door. Well, look, Fox and the Hound, but you can't use the Hound because, you know, Song of Fire and Ice, so Bloodhound. But then, you know.
I'll kind of like straighten up the guy's body a little bit, right? I'll get the head so it's at the top of the body, and I'll kind of fold his arms across his chest. And I say, okay, right? Whether or not this guy made good choices, you got to bury him, right? So here, you know, and I'll give him a purse of money. And I'll say, you should take this, get him seen to, get him buried, right? And I should check, like, I'm assuming that I can just swipe this guy's purse while I'm straightening him up.
Oh, easy peasy, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that's the purse that I give him. I'm like, here you go. You should take this.
Okay.
And you know, get him a good burial. You know, once you're dead, everything else is clear. And then use what's left to, like, I don't know, get a good job. I don't know. You ever farm and work at the mill?
Fallen
Maybe
elves
not.
rarely return to a life of normalcy. I don't think people would accept me, he says.
The gods accept all. All hail the gods.
Oh, hell.
Well,
He gives a grunt, takes the purse, grabs the guy by the collar of his shirt and the hair, his head by his hair, and starts to drag him down the street towards what you hope is a mortician shop. And almost as an afterthought, he pauses, glances over his shoulder, and says, "There should be another 3 guys waiting for you a block down."
Oh.
Thank you.
Emre. All right. We'll handle that. By the way, you look like a badass like that.
Give me this cloak.
He,
No, because he has.
Whoa.
He's carrying it looks like he killed them, and he's just looking, you know.
he gives a grunt and turns back to walking down the street, dragging the corpse
I
behind
like
him.
trouble in the Bloodhound Gang. Don't mess
Alright.
with that guy. I say it really loud, like for
All right, so I advise the rest of the party. All right, all let's hide our faces as best we can, and I will send a phantasmal force of our party ahead of us as far as I can see, and we will
That
see whether they jump out and attack
That
us.
is very good, but can we pretend Red Fox is my kid on my shoulder or something? I really feel like like carrying someone. I miss Jimmy, and then like start like pound sobbing on
Please
Emma's
excuse
shoulder.
my brother. He had a friend, a child named Jimmy, who was very dear to him, and we lost him along the way, and he has missed him quite dearly. So please excuse the forwardness of his request. If you would.
Go for a ship landing.
At this point, the red fox like shrinks 20%.
Hey, now he's
We-
kid size.
We could, and not in town, right? If you carry me around in town, people will talk about it, and I'll never live that down. Okay, maybe later, maybe later.
Okay.
I pat Arcas consoling.
Oh, get over it.
Emma,
Oh, come on. He's been really mean to me for the past few weeks.
no.
I have not.
Oh,
He's
yes,
been
you
nice
are.
to you ever since you saved his life.
No, he's actually been treating me like it. No. He's not
Oh,
grateful.
I'm a girl. I have emotions.
At this point, the baker comes out from the shop next door. Is like, who are you guys to just strike down people in the street like that?
We were merely defending ourselves.
Yeah, I know, but who the hell are you guys?
I curtsy deeply. We are sons and daughters of Verluna.
Oh. I never missed the cue.
Our new fellow journeyer, the Red Fox.
Yeah. I think I've seen him about before.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was another halfling. I don't know.
Now, we don't all look the same. I dress much better.
Well, I'm sorry. You just from up this vantage point, you're all just kind of curly mops of hair.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean no offense. I mean no
That's fair.
offense whatsoever. I just, you know.
Well, I mean, think about it from my perspective, right? I mean, they're looking up your nose, right? I've got to stare at you.
He quickly like covers his nose and like starts.
Yeah. It's not a treat from this angle either, for the most part.
I've never
Well
considered
said,
that before.
well said, small friend.
Anyway, did that guy say he was part of the Bloodhound gang?
He did indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, he produces a small basket of blueberry muffins. Please take these. They've been demanding protection money from me for years now. If you kill one of them, I can't help but be grateful to you.
Ah, they have been troubling your town, have they?
Occasionally.
Muffins! What? Snaps! And they just fucking rush to the muffins.
Thank you for your kind tribute, sir. We do all we do in service of the gods. All hail the gods.
Yeah. I'll hail the gods, he says, kind of not sure where to put his hands.
I'm addressing my party. If this Bloodhound gang has been troubling this town and now has troubled us and defiled the name of the gods, perhaps we should end their reign of tyranny.
Sounds fucking awesome, dude. I'm sorry, ma'am, miss. That sounds wonderful, milady.
I curtsy approvingly of his etiquette. What do you guys think? Should we continue on in search of the Luckstone, or should we pause here momentarily to make sure this town lives in peace and hopefully please the gods?
Well, you know, I was kind of taking a low-profile approach. I was going to kind of keep, stealing their resources until they couldn't function in town anymore. But we could take a more direct approach. There's enough of us to, and actually, is there a bounty on these guys?
Surprisingly not, actually.
That is disappointing.
Does that mean that these guys might actually be wired in a little bit with the locals?
Some people have definitely suggested that in the more conspiracy theory circles.
Maybe this town is corrupt. Dun, dun, dun.
It is said that even demigods may not live merely on glory and do need to get paid.
The baker says, "Well, what are you guys? What are you doing here? Like you're all headed out of town."
We have important business for the gods.
All hail the gods.
Okay. I guess I shouldn't be asking demigods their business.
It's too high level. I'm sorry. Need
I understand.
A higher level of clearance in the god hierarchy.
Yeah, I get it. He kind of bows his head and goes, "All right, well, thanks for your help," and kind of backs away for a little bit.
Thank you for the muffins.
You're welcome. Anytime. And he
There's
returns
no more,
to his shop.
by the way.
The other people who are looking outside of their windows kind of all retreat back to their normal day-to-day business. It's not too unusual to see someone struck down in the middle of the streets. And what with your personalities and all this, people are kind of giving you some breath.
All right, guys, what do you think? Do we take out the Bloodhound gang, or do we continue looking for the Luckstone?
Well, what I'm wondering is, Red Fox, did you know these guys were after you, and is it why you joined us?
Oh no! I mean, if everybody that had some sort of problem with me came after me like that, I don't know. They're nothing special.
That happens often?
Well, you steal the eyes out of some. Well, I mean, or their scepter for their ritual spankings or whatever they do in there. You steal that and you give the money. Or you keep the money. You do something with the money from the scepter, and they get all bent out of shape. No, I didn't think they'd take it so personally.
Okay, so you have fans and enemies. I see.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse.
I can't wait to see the fans.
I'm
Kinda,
excited about that part.
yeah. I
Maybe
kind of
it's that group over there. I point to a small group of people.
could be.
Do they wave back at all?
Yeah.
Oh wow, we do have fans. Interesting.
Nah, there's no way. That. I wave as well.
They wave back.
Oh my god, we have fans
You're
too.
starting to get a reputation too. You should stick with me for a while, you know? But
I'm impressed by that.
Start waving to people more often. I didn't realize everyone recognized us. It's nice.
I don't know. Certainly the town would not be any worse off if it were missing a few of these other guys. I mean, anyone that's willing to kill somebody just for stealing their, ritual scepter, that's a messed up set of priorities, in my opinion.
Well, demanding tribute money from the townspeople is certainly no kind thing to do.
And that is bad.
Oppression is not pleasing to the gods in general, I would say.
So, should we go clear this town up before we go get the shard of whatever?
The Philosopher's Stone?
That.
The Luckstone? I don't know, I would not want to keep our friend waiting.
Yeah.
True.
Is he
Some
a
things are
patient
time
now?
sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe we should hurry for the...
Well, we're heading in that direction anyway. You said you were going to do a phantasmagorical thing. I could, if you're distracting them, I'll come up behind and,
Okay.
do whatever comes naturally.
Okay, I mean...
Like hiding in the bush. I can feel
Well-
you're that kind of guy.
Hey, well,
All right, well, indeed, let us take on these adversaries on our way out of town and mark this town on our map so that we may come back and check on them when time is not such an issue.
I mean, you have to come back anyway to deliver the Philosopher's Stone, so...
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. And I guess this is where we will take our first break. Yeah, we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. See you then.
Oh, don't forget to donate in the meantime. If you donate $50, we'll work your name into the show. You may be a great philosopher or a warrior, who knows?